So, what is the difference between other hypnosis modalities and advanced conversational hypnosis? Well, I'll talk about it in this video, and in particular, I'll actually compare the other forms of s- normal, I would say, conversational hypnosis techniques. And how it also differs from advanced conversational hypnosis. So, we're doing regular hypnosis, regular conversational hypnosis, and advanced conversational hypnosis. And so, with regular hypnosis modalities, most of them are reliant on techniques such as relaxation and visualization. And a lot, when you go inside these hypnosis sessions, and if you watch a hypnosis session in action, what you'll find is that the first part of the session is really focused on getting the client into a hypnotic or trance-like state, which makes sense in a way, right? Because it is hypnosis after all. So most hypnosis modalities are very much focused on the fact that we need to get the client into this hypnotic state, alpha brainwaves, theta wave brainwaves, whatever it is. It's very much focused on artificially um, guiding the clients into that state, and then the investigatory work with regards to the problem that they came in with comes after the fact that the client is already hypnotized based on suggestibility tests or how deep the client is into what most of us would consider to be hypnotized, right? Maybe drooling on themselves, really have their eyes closed. But here's the thing with those types of modalities, right? If you're just reliant on getting people into a hypnotic state, there's a lot of resistance, and there's a lot of resistance and doubts and skepticism regarding going into an hypnotic state, especially when we see all of these funny stage hypnotists doing all these fun rapid induction things, right? Where someone just, someone clicks and then they go like this, which is a form of hypnosis. But if you're someone who either wants to receive a hypnosis session because you really want to work on personal growth, development, and healing, those things aren't really that important because you don't need to be relaxed or hypnotized in order for you to get into the subconscious mind. And most training and hypnosis methods out there are super focused, hyper focused on getting clients into hypnotic state. And that's the only way they think they can access the subconscious mind, which is far from true, right? We're accessing our subconscious mind all the time. If I ask you right now a question as to what was or who was your favorite teacher when you were in the third grade, I ask you that question, where are you going right now to find that answer? You're going to your subconscious, right? Your subconscious contains all the memories and your life experiences. So, me asking you a question as to who your favorite teacher was in grade three, you're not really always thinking about that information consciously. You have to go back to your memories, unconscious, to be able to give me that information. So you can access your subconscious just like that. And this is how it differs from conversational hypnosis. So conversational hypnosis can also be called more of a covert way to hypnotize, right? Because it focuses on conversation. But a lot of the conversational hypnosis modalities out there rely on things that are called language patterns, which are ways to converse with a client that uses certain language patterns with an intent to get the client thinking or get the clients to confuse the client, so that when you're in that confused state, which is actually a very good place to be when you're working on your problem, when you're in that confused state, then you start thinking of things differently, right? That's when your brain starts to become a little bit more malleable when you're confused, because now what used to be a rigid thinking about how you're thinking of the problem is so rigid. That's why you have the problem, because you've tried so hard to solve it, but it feels rigid. By confusing you, that helps that rigidity to become more malleable, which then helps you find your own answers. That is one way. And that's how a lot of conversational hypnosis modalities are, I guess, are delivered. That's the word. Are delivered. And it is based on conversation. It's, the hypnotist or practitioner asking the question, the client answers, and it's an exchange, right? It's an exchange back and forth. Whereas traditional hypnosis, the very first part is just the hypnotist or the coach talking. And the conversation only starts in the investigation phase. And in some modalities, the end part is also going to be the hypnotist, um, pretty much talking more and reading a script, full of suggestions, direct and indirect suggestions regarding the client's problems. Or actually, some hypnosis modalities is just from start to finish. Let's just visualize you as the client, is very passive, and the hypnotist is the one talking too much. And so that's how it's different. And with conversational hypnosis, the client actually talks also. Imagine that the clients are actually talking, which is super crucial, right? Because, a client does need to be an active participant in their transformations. And the more active the client is, and the more they find their own answers actively, the better the results are going to be. That just makes sense, right? And so with traditional modalities, if the client isn't fully involved in their transformation, if they're just listening, to the hypnotist passively, then it's not going to be as powerful. Whereas if they were actually there and investigating also with the help of the hypnotist as well. And this comes with the skill set of the hypnotist. This is the biggest factor that comes into play as to what the results are going to be. Advanced conversational hypnosis, how it is different is that it doesn't just rely on the language pattern, kind of like how I mentioned in, conversational hypnosis. A lot of them use certain language patterns, and conversational hypnosis doesn't need to be doing that. It's not like we're not actually memorizing any language patterns or any metaphorical stories and stuff like that. What conversational hypnosis does is that it really, really gets to the bare bones and simplicity of how to create breakthroughs at the subconscious level without needing to, as a coach, without needing to memorize or read off of a script, memorize a language pattern or a metaphorical, Ericksonian story. We don't need to do that in, conversational hypnosis. We really just, allow ourselves as the hypnotist to trust our own intuition, and this and knowing this knowing this as our only job, which is to facilitate client breakthroughs, to guide them to find their own answers. Because we're so focused on this principle with ACH, we don't need to memorize language patterns or metaphors, because not all clients are going to want to hear that. Not all clients are going to want to visualize. Not all clients are going to want to regress. Not all clients are going to want to go float above their timeline and look at stuff, or go out to the ethers to look for their answers. Advanced conversational hypnosis, or ACH, is the methodology where it really focuses the client's attention on themselves internally. So as an ACH practitioner, you are going to learn exactly how to, place your client's attention on the things that needs to be looked at. Because what is hypnosis? Hypnosis is, in all of the modalities, the common string is that it's all about attention, right? Where your client's attention it is, whether it be through your voice, through regular methodologies, in regular conversational hypnosis, through the stories, in your metaphors or the language pattern, their attention is there. And in conversational hypnosis, you place your client's attention on the unconscious moments and how their own unique subconscious mind communicates, because it's very different for everyone. Some clients are going to want to talk in metaphors. Some clients are very much bodily, somatic based, and they feel a lot of emotions. Some clients are going to talk a lot and are going to be very highly analytical, but it doesn't mean that they can't go into a trance, because, as a matter of fact, we know this as hypnotists, right? Everyone can go into a trance. Everyone can access their subconscious mind, and it's really just diving into the principles of how to work with everyone, how to work with a subconscious mind, so that you have this amazing opportunity to really work with anyone and apply it in your daily life as part of your personal growth and development and really have a massive, amazing, life-changing impact towards everyone that you meet, everyone you talk to, because it's conversation, right? And with advanced conversational hypnosis, it is definitely going to be a conversation, but I like to think of it as kind of like a conversation with the client's subconscious mind. Because the amazing thing that happens within ACH as well is that you, as a hypnotist, also go into the state where you're also in a trance, where it's your own subconscious mind talking and doing the work and communicating with your client's subconscious mind, which is super damn powerful, right? How can it not be more powerful? But if you're reading from a book, reading from a script, reading from cue cards, memorizing and thinking of the different language patterns in your mind or the different stories that you may be able to use with your clients, you're not really there. You're not really fully allowing your own subconscious to navigate the session. But at ACH, the actual biggest principle is to fuck all that noise, fuck all the techniques, learn the principles as to why those techniques exist because they're powerful for a reason, but learn at the fundamental why those things exist so that you can just go into your sessions and whatever your client throws at you and however your client responds, you'll know exactly how to deal with it and how to guide them so that they can use their own resources and help them solve their own problems. So I hope that this comparison helped. And if you are interested in ACH, there's a lot of information here. And if you have any questions regarding the next ACH training, the next upcoming ACH training, the links will be in the description as well. Otherwise, I will see you soon.